Considérée comme la capitale du nord de l'Angleterre, Manchester est la troisième ville en importance au pays. La violence était si forte à une certaine époque qu'on l'a surnommée Gunchester. Et comme j'ai peur de rien, direction Manchester. Lorsqu'on arrive à Manchester, ce qu'on se rend compte, c'est une ville qui a beaucoup d'histoire. Une architecture qui est quand même unique. C'est beau. On sent qu'il y a de l'argent, il y a de l'activité. C'est une ville qui respire et qui respire très bien. Donc aujourd'hui, mon guide pour visiter Manchester, c'est John, un chauffeur de taxi qui se spécialise dans les tours de ville. Pour votre information, le Grand Manchester, c'est 2,5 millions d'habitants. Donc, je rencontre John sur une rue. À quel autre endroit vous rencontrez un taxi d'habitude? Sur le coin d'une rue. Et rapidement, on se dirige vers Castlefield, où il va m'expliquer justement l'historique de Manchester. So, John, we're at the Castlefield. Can you tell me why this is so important to the history of Manchester?
Well, Castlefield is the Roman part of Manchester, and Manchester is very attractive to the Romans in AD 79. So this is when the castle was first built, the fort of Manchester was first built, so the first settlement of Manchester. Manchester's built on 3 rivers, and this is the confluence of 2 rivers. So where 2 rivers meet, you have a natural defensible position, and this is why the Romans put up their fort here.
Ce qu'il faut comprendre, c'est qu'en Angleterre, ça faisait partie du grand royaume romain. Donc, eux, il y avait des avant-postes qui étaient stationnés ici en Angleterre, dont un exactement à l'endroit où on se trouvait. C'est impressionnant de savoir que ça a fait partie du royaume romain. Ça donne une idée aussi en même temps de la puissance de l'Empire romain à son apogée.
Any town or settlement in the UK that has Chester on the end generally has a Roman connection because Caster is the Latin for castle. It gives you that idea of how the Romanisation of Britain happened and all the different places where the Romans settled. And also a lot of the long straight roads that we have that run between the cities are the old Roman roads. It's because the fastest way from A to B is a straight line.
Wow!
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it, when you start to realise that the Roman influences are still with us today.
How's the relation between Manchester and London?
It's all very good. London's the capital, isn't it? But it's nice to come out, when you come out into the regions and out into the other towns and cities, you realise what an interesting place Manchester actually is, that the heart of the Industrial Revolution and industrialisation.
And what about the relation between Manchester and Liverpool?
That's a different story. Manx, me, and Scousers, people from Liverpool, are like cousins. So if you meet us when we're in our home cities, then we have a little bit of rivalry. But if you meet us in Canada, we'll be like best friends.
Par la suite, John m'emmène à un endroit où on retrouve là, des cours d'eau qui sont en fait des canaux. Ce qu'il faut comprendre, c'est que Manchester est à l'intérieur des terres. Ce qui a fait en sorte qu'après une certaine époque, la ville de Manchester a trouvé que leur droit de passage par Liverpool était exorbitant et ont décidé eux-mêmes de faire leur propre canal.
We've gone from Roman Manchester to industrial Manchester, and there's lots of influences why Manchester became the world's first industrial city, and this is one of the main ones. This is the Bridgewater Canal, the world's first purpose-built industrial waterway back to the 760s. Coal burns hotter than wood, longer than wood, but the problem with coal is it's very expensive to transport because of the weight.
Yeah.
The best way to transport coal around is on water. And part of the stipulation by Parliament that the Duke of Bridgewater had made on him to build the canal was that it halved the price of coal, so Manchester has got half-price fuel.
That was a good deal.
That's a cracking deal, isn't it? So you can imagine then how many men had to come into Manchester to dig the canal. So not only coal coming in, people can keep warm, but also foodstuffs, building materials. So this early inland dock really is part of that industrialisation process, why Manchester became the world's first industrial city, all from this area here.
It's very interesting.
Very, very interesting, yeah.
Now, I want to go see downtown.
OK, let's go.
Let's go. Par la suite, on se dirige au centre-ville où on se rend à l'hôtel de ville. C'est l'endroit où on bombe le torse et on montre qu'à Manchester, on est une grosse ville, une ville qui n'a pas peur de s'implanter, de prendre sa place dans le monde.
Manchester's got so much history and so much to see, but the town hall is really essential. This is generally described as one of the finest buildings of its type. And this then shows you how Manchester wants to be seen around the world, the big, wealthy, industrial city. From the very, very top, there's a golden ball, which represents the wealth of Manchester. And then there's also other statues and carvings around the building that give you that real sense of Manchester's history, the wealth, and how Manchester's come to be here.
So when I look at the balls, I can see spikes on it.
Yeah, the spikes are pointing all over the world, and this is where Manchester's trading with. You can see with this building here, can't you, a very wealthy city. And this is Manchester saying, look at us, we're big and we're bold, and we don't mind showing off on the streets there with these huge civic buildings.
Notre dernier endroit à visiter, ce sont les quais qui ont été transformés pour en faire une nouvelle zone qu'on appelle Media City. Un endroit où c'est le renouveau de Manchester, les médias s'y trouvent, donc la BBC. On peut voir qu'on essaie d'établir une zone où on est à une classe à part à travers cette belle ville de Manchester.
This is Salford Quays, and this is the old Manchester docks. And it's hard to believe, isn't it, that Manchester, 36 miles away from the sea, was an ocean-going port, and great connections with Canada here as well. We've got Winnipeg Quay, Labrador Quay, Ontario Basin, and it shows where Manchester was trading with. It gives you that idea, doesn't it? When we see the big buildings in the city centre, where the wealth is coming from.
Et pour lui, une raison de plus de se rendre là-bas, en arrière-plan, on retrouve le stade de Manchester United, qui est le club de football épique de la ville de Manchester. People, they get so much into football here.
Yeah, well, football runs through our DNA, doesn't it? And it's that Manchester's really at the centre of football because the world's first professional football league started in Manchester in 1888, and it's that great working class game. People come from all over the world just to see Manchester United. This is the dream.
Partout dans la ville, on retrouve un logo d'une abeille. Donc, j'étais très curieux à savoir pourquoi que c'est là.
The bee is the symbol of Manchester, and the bee is the symbol of industry, the worker bee. So we're all hard-working people. So you'll find when you're in Manchester, very friendly, hard-working people.
So are you a bee?
I'm a bee, yeah.
John, c'est un bon rencontreur. Il connaît très bien sa ville. C'est le fun pour savoir qu'est-ce qu'il y a à voir dans la ville de Manchester. Mais étant donné que moi, c'est pas le genre d'endroit que j'aime voir, c'est sûrement pas John qui va me faire le tour. Donc là, je m'en vais rencontrer Paddy Doherty. Paddy, il habite dans un parc de roulotte, donc un parc de maisons mobiles. Donc ceux qui habitent là, ici, on les appelle les travelers. C'est un personnage assez particulier parce qu'il a participé à plusieurs émissions de grande envergure, dont Big Brother. Donc, il est devenu un peu une célébrité. Et l'autre fait particulier, c'est qu'une fois qu'il a commencé à faire des sous, au lieu de quitter et de déménager dans les beaux quartiers, il a décidé de rester ici et d'en devenir un peu le porte-parole parce que son sens de loyauté envers son peuple et sa communauté est extrêmement forte. Donc, il a un style de vie particulier. C'est intéressant d'aller voir qu'est-ce qu'il peut m'apprendre sur le style de vie des travelers. Paddy, can you talk to me about the traveler lifestyle?
Traveler's lifestyle, yeah, it's very easy. I got lovely houses. I have, honest to God, I got beautiful houses. But I wouldn't give this for the Queen's Castle. I love this way of life.
What is the public opinion of the travelers here in Manchester?
They hate it. To certain country people, you're rubbish. Like Hitler burnt the Jews. A lot of people have burnt gypsies had the way.
Yeah.
Gypsy's not a nice word, you know what I mean? We like travellers. Travellers are a different thing to gypsy. Gypsy is a very degrading word, isn't it? It's like your shit.
Do you consider yourself a resident of Manchester?
I lived in Manchester all my life, but then my past catched me up. I've been fighting all my whole life. I was bred for being a rabbit. It's a shame when you say you were bred like a dog, but I was bred that way. And then all of a sudden I got shot. She got shot in the head. I was in intensive care, come out of there, and then I got macheted. My chin is all titanium. My eye sockets is titanium. So I moved out for the pace.
Paddy a réussi un peu par la porte d'en arrière. Écoutez, il a participé au Big Brother en Angleterre et contrairement à leurs attentes, il a remporté. Il a sorti un livre, on va faire un film sur sa vie et je dois le dire, lorsqu'on écoute ses histoires, un film, j'ai hâte de le voir.
I'll tell you how hardcore my life was. When I was raised like a little boy and I do something bad, my mommy and my daddy would say to me, go and get a branch. I'd have to go and get a twig off a tree, a good branch. And I'd get the whipping till blood came from my back. And it was a way of life.
Paddy, de quoi qu'il nous parle, principalement, c'est de bataille. On peut voir qu'il s'est bagarré toute sa vie. Son visage en porte les marques. Et je dois dire que sa façon de vivre, sa façon de voir les choses est assez rudimentaire. Lorsqu'il y a un problème, c'est pas compliqué. Tu vas voir la personne avec qui tu as un problème, tu l'invites à aller dehors et on règle ça comment? Avec les poings.
I love fighting. Like you, you're a big man. The bigger you are, the more turn me on. Because then I said, lovely, I'm in for a fight now. And the better looking you are, the more I rearrange your face.
So can we go and take a walk?
Yeah, come on. And matter of fact, I'll show you where the fights used to happen here.
Let's fight.
Come on, yeah, let's get on, eh?
Can you explain to me what this thing with the fight?
Listen, if you got a big backing behind you, and I got a big backing, all your crowd's going to get into it, and all my crowd's going to get it. And all of a sudden, there's machetes, razors, and everything pulled, and a couple of guns. So in better than someone coming and saw that, me and you can fight, and everything go to bed.
So you challenge me, you call me out.
I call you out. Common sense, you're going to say yeah. And then you can, it's up to you how confident you are. You say to me, does you want 10 grand, does you want 50 grand, does you want 100 grand on it? I'll knock them out.
Where we go now?
This is where the fights took place. Every fight takes place.
It's gonna be fun when you make your mind. It's gonna be fun when you make your mind.
Now that's the bankment. Everyone stands on the big embankment, all along there.
All over there.
Yeah, that bankment is full.
Faut être motivé pour se battre ici, là. Juste se rendre, c'est un challenge. La façon de régler les problèmes, oui, c'est avec les poings, mais je m'attendais à quelque chose peut-être d'un peu plus organisé. C'est pas compliqué. Il va y avoir seulement 4 personnes, les 2 protagonistes. Il va y avoir un genre d'arbitre et quelqu'un qui filme. Demandez-moi pas pourquoi il filme, mais ça a l'air qu'il faut qu'il soit là. So this is it. That's where the fight happens. We get here.
Yeah.
How does it start?
Easy, right? We get here, me and you walk out here. I'd strip off to the waist. You strip off. I come and look at your hands. Wrapped up. You get bandaged up. Me and you fight. You hit that ground. The ref will tell me you stand. I'll stand back, but once that hand comes off that ground,
You're allowed to.
and you get under that chin, you can put his bone marrow up here. Fight's over and done with.
What decide when the fight is over?
No one's allowed to stop the fight, not unless you say, I've had enough.
Okay, if you say, okay, I'm good, I have enough,
That's it, you bet.
then you shake hands.
Shake hands, gone to bed. End of story.
Le côté plus fascinant avec Paddy, c'est quand il se met à conter ses histoires, t'as l'impression qu'il les vit encore. Là. Il vient vraiment dedans. Là. Je suis juste content de rencontrer Paddy maintenant à 58 ans, parce que je suis pas mal convaincu que ça prendrait pas grand-chose qu'il redevienne le personnage qu'il a déjà été. So that's the best way to resolve
Of
problems.
course it is. Isn't that better than a machete getting pulled to you, a razor, or a fucking gun?
That's what you call respect.
That's it.
Would you say somehow then respect and honor is something we're missing now in those days?
Respect and honour's gone now. It's the drugs has overtook everyone now. Drugs and I want to be a gangster overnight and I want to be this. You got to earn that.
Donc, par la suite, on quitte le parc de roulotte pour se rendre dans un quartier dans lequel il a grandi, qui a vécu, puis qui aime beaucoup, le quartier de Salford.
Once you go over this ramp, you're in the Bronx. You're in the no-good area. After 10 o'clock, you won't get no police, nothing here.
No police will
No
come in.
police will come here after 10 o'clock. It's hardcore, but I love it. Everyone, look, you see, everyone knows everyone here. Like, you know, like, look, this is a strange motor. What do you mean? Sorry, John, didn't mean to meet. I'm all right, man. How's everything?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Plodding
Just
on.
driving.
How you doing, mate?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
How you doing?
just
You
driving
all
around.
right? Yeah, you, mate.
Nah, fuck off.
Let's
Don't
do it,
even
mate.
worry.
How it is.
You be lucky, yeah?
And you, mate.
Take care, God bless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love you, mate.
And you, mama. Bye. See how they are. Everyone knows everyone here. You're not known here.
So they're going to ask you.
Oh, yeah. No, they say to you straight away, what the fuck are you doing in here? Hey, don't get me wrong. You see here, the nicest people in the world. When they know you.
Well, you must show respect.
Yeah. Give respect, you'll get respect back. You give no respect, you'll be slapped about.
Le moment le plus touchant que j'ai vécu avec Paddy, c'est qu'on s'est rendu au cimetière. Et là, ce qui m'a frappé, c'est que c'est quelqu'un qui a eu la vie dure. Et là, de se rendre là-bas et de voir comment c'était important pour lui, je dois le dire, j'ai été touché parce que je ne m'attendais pas à ce genre de sensibilité de la part de ce personnage-là. Paddy, we're at the Gorton Cemetery here.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to you?
It's everything. It's life. If you look at here, I got 3 daughters here. I got 2 sons.
So you got 5 children
Yeah, buried
who've
here.
been
yeah.
buried here.
Yeah. I think God punished me for the wrong I done in my life.
Why punishing you
Yeah.
by taking their life? They're punishing them as well.
No, because they're gone to heaven.
Do you think you're going to go to heaven?
I'd love to, but I don't think so. I praise and I beg God for forgiveness.
Malgré le fait qu'il soit très religieux et que ça soit quelque chose qui vient beaucoup le chercher, Paddy aime parler de quelque chose dans la vie, et c'est de Paddy. Et là, il se met à me raconter une histoire, et il me dit dans les faits qu'il est déjà mort.
Listen to this, I'll tell you the good one. A man came to shoot me this day to my door. I had my little boy in my hand like that. And this how stupid I was. Wasn't brave, it was stupid when you think of it. He said, I'm here to shoot you, Paddy Doherty. He said, I'm going to kill you dead. I said, listen, you dummy bastard. I said, you better shoot, because if you don't, I'm going to shove that gun up your arse. So I got my son on my baby's life. I said, go in there, because I really thought I was indestructible guns. Because I had guns pulled to me loads of times, and there's never nothing. So I really believe guns can't touch me. And I went to give it to this fella. He shot me, because he was fearing. I went down, listen, this is the point of my story. I went down like a sack of spuds. And out of experience, you're not going to believe this, but it's the God's honest truth, I wouldn't damn my soul. I'm out of my shell, I'm out of my body, I'm looking at my woman, and she's baiting me, wake up, Paddy, wake up. Now, I don't realise I'm out of my shell. This silly young travelling boy comes over, and he's trying to get me, and he said, Paddy's gone, my son. Paddy's gone. That meant I was dead, you know what I mean? I'm looking at him, saying this to my wife, you know what I mean? Paddy's gone. I said, I'm not your sausage, I'm here looking at yous. I've been shot from here right in the centre of the head. If you see it right round,
Yeah.
see it? And they pulled the top of my scalp off. It was going darker and darker, and I knew then. I said, I'm dead. My God, I said, please have much of my soul when I come from my judgment and footing. And next minute, I swear to God, I wouldn't tell you what, but whoosh, I woke up in the ambulance with, what do you call them, yokes? Electric yokes.
Would you say then that made you a better man, that
Better
incident?
man, yeah. My life changed. God, I was a sick patient. When my father came to see me, God rest his soul, he came out, my father got, and I woke up, I said, oh man, I'll be all right in a couple of weeks. My head will be okay. Sort this fight out, tell him he has to fight me in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to give him a worse bit what he's done to my head. That's how fucked up it was, you know what I mean? It's about 2 years after, I slightly became different and different. I changed better. The same fella who shot me drowned himself.
Nothing happened for no reason.
God sees everything.
Paddy, thanks for your time and sharing those stories with me.
Feel lucky, my good friend.
And I'll be seeing you up there one day.
Please, my
Because
God.
that's where we all go. Hein?
We'll go to heaven, please God, yeah?
Mon bilan de ma rencontre avec Paddy, ça a été une rencontre qui a été, pour moi, très plaisante. J'avais l'impression d'être avec un vieux mononcle qui me racontait ses histoires de jeunesse, parce que j'ai aucun doute que tout ce qu'il me dit, c'est pas mal vrai. Et c'est le reflet, justement, d'une ville qui a déjà eu des moments beaucoup plus difficiles que maintenant. Et Paddy est un de ceux qui ont été chanceux de pouvoir s'en sortir. Mais comme je dis souvent, on peut sortir un gars de ces quartiers-là, mais on ne sort pas le quartier du gars. Manchester, c'est une grande ville, une belle ville. Il y a de l'opulence, mais comme toutes les villes, il y a ses côtés un peu plus obscurs. La drogue, la violence et un nouveau produit qu'on retrouve dans les rues, le spice. Pour mieux comprendre la mécanique de cette drogue, je me rends au Life Share, qui est un organisme qui vient en aide aux jeunes itinérants qui circulent autour du centre-ville. Sur place, je rencontre Dave. C'est un des responsables du programme. C'est lui-même un ancien itinérant, un ancien consommateur de drogue, d'alcool, donc il connaît de quoi il parle. Dave,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me what is the mission?
We will work with 16 to 25-year-olds who have experienced multiple complex needs, i.e. mental health issues, substance misuse, alcohol, housing issues, criminal justice issues. We will support them with any of those things that they may need.
Dave se promène dans le quartier, identifie les itinérants et là, il va les rencontrer pour leur offrir de se rendre au Life Share pour pouvoir participer à ce qu'il appelle des drop-in, où ce que là, on va expliquer un peu le phénomène qui les frappe, comment ils peuvent leur venir en aide. Et l'objectif de tout ça, c'est de pouvoir faire des rencontres un à un avec eux pour établir un programme pour les remettre sur le droit chemin. How many homeless are we talking about?
Officially, they claim there's around 82 to 100, but if you include all the hidden homeless and sofa surfing, that figure could go up into maybe 2,500 people. They don't know much about the world. Some of them are not even from city centre areas, they're from country areas, so it's like a massive culture shock coming to a town, and it's putting their safety at risk. They're really vulnerable when they do this. They're susceptible to exploitation from various sort of criminal gang elements that hang around the Piccadilly Garden area selling drugs. And it's really hard to get them once they start taking the drugs and get into alcohol. It's really hard to engage with them then. It's making the battle a bit more sort of harder.
How many of those are dealing with alcohol problem or drug using problem?
100% of them. All of them.
All of them.
All of my clients have all got a substance misuse problem. That's guaranteed.
Donc, après avoir compris c'était quoi le programme, je lui ai demandé c'était quoi exactement le spice. I read that there is a drug, right now on the street was causing a lot of damage, which is called...
Spice.
So what is it exactly?
Well, the components of it, what it is chemically exactly, we're still trying to figure that out. believe it or not, quite a lot of it can be household, just basic household chemicals. We had a batch that was causing people to sort of freeze on the spot like a zombie. Apparently it was a marshmallow flavouring that was reacting with another chemical that caused that. Something as simple as that.
So is it legal?
No.
It's not legal, but it's made with legal product.
Yeah, and many years ago, a couple of years ago, it was known as legal highs. Then they brought in the Novel Psychoactive Substances Act, which therefore criminalised it. Then it went underground, and that's when it started to get far more dangerous. We can't control the supply. It's coming from drug dealers who operate in Piccadilly Gardens area, who sometimes use violence to force sales of this drug onto homeless clients.
Pour mieux assimiler l'information qu'il m'a donnée, je lui demande de me rendre dans la rue avec lui pour qu'il m'explique sa manière d'intervenir et les endroits où il retrouve ses clients. So, on the street, how much spice goes for?
It varies from dealer to dealer, but you are looking at maybe something like anything between £5 and £10 for, say, a sort of a quarter ounce, up to 7 grams.
It's fairly cheap.
Yes. Yeah, very, very cheap for the amount of damage and devastation it causes.
Is it very addictive?
Highly addictive, yes.
More addictive than heroin?
Yes, yeah. Even the withdrawal symptoms have displayed worse withdrawal symptoms than any harder drugs like heroin, crack cocaine.
When they're high on spice,
Yeah.
what can you expect?
It varies again because of the unpredictable nature of it, but you can probably sometimes expect violence. Sometimes you can expect seizures. People who have known to have their heart stop beating, collapse on the street, be non-responsive, very low pulse rate, to all intents and purposes look like they're well on the way to dying.
So it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it's highly dangerous. There have been many deaths in Manchester leading and contributing to this drug. Well, this is like an example of a spot where, you know, people would come and they'd sit.
Let's go in.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a plastic bag right here.
Yeah, that'll be a bag. That's, yeah, possibly heroin, crack cocaine, alcohol. They clean this area quite regularly, so that would have been used today.
Is there any other spot nearby we can go?
Yeah, and well, I can bring you around any of the side streets around this area. Yeah, sure.
So we're pretty much right in the middle.
We're pretty much right in the middle of it.
It's a touristic place.
Yeah, it's where all the tourists sort of first come when they hit Manchester and sort of work out to explore the city from there.
So they just spread out there with the tourists and...
Yeah, just try to blend in, but it's to them they might think they're blending in, but you can spot someone who's having troubles or who's having homeless issues. It's quite blatant around that area. It's quite there and in your face.
Can you see then you're making progress and you're definitely heading in the right direction?
At our service, yes, I can. I've had a couple of successes this week. I've had some people who've been previous drug users with no homes. One gentleman now is just sought employment. The next step is get a house, and he's doing really well.
Ma rencontre avec Dave a été très constructive. J'ai été en mesure de comprendre une dynamique qui est unique à la ville de Manchester. Ça m'a permis de découvrir des gens, des anciens utilisateurs de drogue, des gens qui s'investissent, qui ont réussi à trouver leur voie. Ça fait maintenant 12 ans que Dave ne consomme plus de drogue ou d'alcool. Donc pour moi, c'est la lumière au bout du tunnel. Thanks a lot, Dave. I'm gonna go take a walk and have a look around.
Yeah.
Now that I know where to look at. Hey, don't give up.
No worries, brother. Thank you.
Thanks. C'est sous la pluie que je me dirige dans le sud de la ville de Manchester, dans le quartier Moss Side. Un quartier qui a très mauvaise réputation.
drive from hunger to reach out for what I wonder. Got a man under question with the weather I'll bring you guessing.
Chose qu'il faut comprendre, c'est qu'en Angleterre, il pleut souvent et il pleut beaucoup. Donc, c'est pas propice à avoir des gens à l'extérieur qui sont en train de faire des mauvais coups. C'est souvent nuageux, lugubre. Donc, ça ajoute au cachet d'une ville comme Manchester comme étant une ville où ça peut être assez dangereux se promener. Donc, le but de ma visite du quartier Moss, c'est d'aller rencontrer James, qui a créé un organisme qui s'appelle les Pères contre la violence, Father Against Violence. Lui, son fils a été tué par un gang de rue et il a décidé, pour s'en remettre, de s'occuper justement des pères survivants à leurs enfants. James.
Yes.
I would like you to give me a background of Manchester because it used to have a bad name. They used to call it Gunchester. Why is that?
Well, in the 90s, there was a lot of gun violence in our city and drugs, and a lot of lives were taken, and the influx of drugs in the community really changed that. Moss Side was a place where it had a lot of poverty, so the drugs really brought in money as well as crime.
When did you start seeing some improvement?
Probably from 2000, because the 90s was just drugs and criminality. When they started to regenerate the communities, so more investment was coming in, that's when the changes in 2000 was starting to, you could see the improvement.
This is somehow a very cosmopolitan type of neighborhood, community.
Yes.
So there's a lot of nationality.
Yes.
Does it raise any kind of tension?
Yes, of course, and we are seeing some of that kind of...
Back in the days, was it more present?
No.
No?
I think the new generation, the new youth, which have come here so you have some people from Libya, you have some people from Somalia, so they have seen life on a different level, you know, war-torn.
When they get here, they can see, they can have it good.
They can have it good, but they're still traumatized in different things. So, and I don't think some of that trauma has been dealt with because they've left their loved ones who have been murdered, you know, over there, and they've come here. So that's probably something what they've not really even understood the trauma, what comes with that.
Is this a problem who comes from the people who lives here? Or the part of the problem is because they haven't prepared them?
I think the preparation has not been there from the beginning. So people whose English is not their first language, they find it hard to get into the community, and then you're starting just to see the youth explaining to their parents what's going on. It's for the parent to explain to the youth, it's reversal.
So the reason why I'm here is because I want you to talk to me about your program, Father Against Violence. Can we move on and go over there and you can actually explain to me what it is?
Yeah, let's go, yeah.
All right.
Let's take it.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Grosso modo, le programme que James a créé tourne autour du football, ce que nous on appelle le soccer. Étant donné que c'est un quartier défavorisé, ils organisent des activités parascolaires où ils vont les encadrer, les entraîner, de façon à les garder à l'extérieur de la rue. Ce qui fait beaucoup de sens. Si on regarde des jeunes occupés en train de faire les bonnes choses, ils sont sûrement pas en train de faire les mauvaises choses. How's the project doing?
The project is doing fabulous. We have 10 hours of sessions through each week. We offer training and qualifications to our young people, and this is giving them a sense of belonging, a sense of family, and also integration into the community as well, because we've got so many different cultures here that all of them are laughing and joking together, which for me is very important.
It's a step forward.
It's a very major step forward.
Donc, l'histoire de James, c'est l'histoire d'un père qui avait un enfant, qui était un adolescent comme les autres. Et lorsqu'il se promenait avec ses amis en voiture, malheureusement, ils ont été victimes d'un tir aléatoire, probablement un tir qui visait la mauvaise personne. Et son fils a été atteint. Et lorsqu'il nous explique de façon très émotive l'appel qu'il a reçu, on n'a pas besoin de poser trop de questions pour savoir que ça lui fait encore très mal.
When I got to the hospital, I could feel my body just getting drained out of me, not understanding what was waiting for me behind this door. As I got there was armed police outside the hospital, and they asked me my name, and for the life of me, I could not even remember my own name. And then I looked on the table, I seen my son there just dripping, you know, the blood, the wound was fresh. When I lost my son, I realized there was no help for fathers. So I took it upon myself to how do I go about setting up a father support group. His death gave me my life.
Give you a purpose.
It gave me a purpose, it gave me a focus, it gave me a mission. I was...
A goal.
A goal.
Let the rain hit the window pane, hit 'em like, ooh.
After suffering such a great loss, looking back on it now, how do you feel?
I feel that some things in life are meant to challenge you, and I could have buried my head in the sand and not refused to have got back up. But with the loss of that son, gave me hope for the future. And that's my mission, you know, sometimes I wake up and I go, my God, what? And I just look at him and I just feel motivated. I feel, come on, let's do this. You know, I'm standing in front of guests of 500 people. I'm going to this place, I'm going to that place just to remember my son. And his memory always gives me hope. And in that hope, it brings change, and in change brings a future.
I must say it's a great program. I'm very impressed by it. Good luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
It's
been a
pleasure,
pleasure
James.
speaking to you as well. Thank you very much.
En conduisant dans le quartier Mosside, j'ai découvert une rue commerciale, beaucoup de restaurants, des bars. Donc, le genre d'endroit où il y a beaucoup de vie, malgré le fait qu'il pleut. Et en voulant me stationner, j'ai rencontré un genre de personnage qui rôdait autour, Asa. Asa, is it your real name?
No comment.
Manchester is also known as Gunchester.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was a very, it was a place, yeah, where a lot of guns was fired and a lot of people were killed. That's why it's got the name. There's the good side of Manchester and there's the bad side of Manchester.
Talk to me about the bad side of Manchester.
The bad side, basically, yeah, there's a lot of drug dealing, there's a lot of gun shooting, there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of people do things that are naughty.
Have you seen a lot?
Yeah, there's stabbed, been shot.
You've been shot, you've been stabbed?
Yeah.
What happened? A drive-by
Been
shooting?
stabbed. Yeah, someone was done a drive-by. Yeah,
And you've been stabbed too?
yeah, I've been stabbed a couple of times. That was basically a street fight.
So you did a lot of fighting?
I do a lot of fighting. I still fight
Street
now.
fighting?
Yeah, you know, it's like you're a big guy, I'm a big guy. You know, one day, yeah, you disrespect me on the street. Yeah,
Then you
I'll
have-
fight you.
You
I
have
don't
to
care how
teach
big.
him to respect you.
In Manchester, it's a lot about respect.
So are you part of a gang?
No comment.
OK. Pendant qu'on discute ensemble, il y a beaucoup de gens qui se promènent autour. Donc, on voit que ça emmène un peu d'action et d'intérêt parce qu'ils se demandent qu'est-ce qu'on fait là avec des caméras, en train de discuter avec ce personnage qui semblait vraiment inspirer de la confiance auprès des gens qui se trouvaient dans la ruelle. What's next for you?
Get my house back, get my car back, get my kids back, get me, you know, everything.
Thanks, Asa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
En résumé, Asa, pour lui, Manchester, c'est une ville qui était vraiment dangereuse auparavant. Ça s'est beaucoup amélioré, mais il se passe encore beaucoup de choses. Il y a des choses qu'on est moins fiers et qu'on préfère ne pas voir. Donc, durant mon séjour à Manchester, il y avait une chose que je voulais connaître, c'était les hooligans. Donc, pour mieux comprendre le phénomène, je m'en vais rencontrer deux anciens soccer hooligans dans un pub de Manchester qui a déjà été très populaire auprès de la bourgeoisie de cette ville. Lorsque j'entre dans l'intérieur du pub, c'est vraiment un pub typiquement anglais. On peut sentir la présence du bois, l'ambiance est différente. Il y a un cachet, il y a une chaleur que, pour le vivre, il faut y aller pour bien comprendre. Colin et Mark, ce sont des hooligans que je rencontre qui vont m'expliquer un peu qu'est-ce qui les passionnait à avoir ce style de vie-là. Where are we at right now?
Well, we're at the cornerstone of Colliers and Angel Meadow. And Angel Meadow, which is next door, is where all Manchester's history started, the industrial past, the factories, the buildings.
People living here up until the 60s, 70s were very industrial, very hard-working, and then work stopped in the late 70s, and we find ourselves 30 years later, regeneration of brand new, what we call middle-class yuppies, really. But you don't know what poor means. The grandfathers and the fathers like us, our generation, we knew what poverty was.
So you grew up here?
Yeah,
just here, this area,
500 metres away.
So in the 60s and 70s, you were already like in your 50s?
No. Easy now, Hugo, easy now.
Eux, dans le milieu, le quartier d'où ils venaient, c'était un quartier qui était pauvre, c'était un quartier ouvrier. Tu n'avais pas 1000 options. So back in those days, I guess then life became tougher.
Tough, proper tough. Even the streets where we was born, if you grow up, you're going to be a boxer, a thief, or a footballer.
So which one did you decide to?
Well, I started off as a footballer, but I ended up a thief.
Basically, there was nothing in England.
So did you become a thief as well?
I became a thief.
De leur propre aveu, sont devenus des voleurs. Je leur ai demandé pourquoi. C'est que la fin justifie les moyens. C'était une époque qui était très difficile. Soit tu faisais quelque chose pour emmener de la nourriture sur la table, ou soit tu faisais rien et tu mangeais rien. C'était peu louable, mais à la fin, il faut ce qu'il faut. So if we go back in time,
yeah.
You just told me you became a thief.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
Everyone around you, all your older generation.
It was with football, actually.
Oh, football as well, yeah.
We used to go in groups, say, to Sheffield, Glasgow, anywhere that wasn't Manchester, and we're going 50, 70 people.
Because we were going, not for the fighting, we didn't mind fighting because we enjoyed that, but we were going to steal money. And it was an excuse with all the crowd around it to snatch money.
It's a new era, you were coming.
Pickpocket?
Yeah.
Would you say it was almost like a survival instinct?
It was survival, fair and square.
Can you explain to me where the hooligans come from? Because back home, we don't really know. It's not quite clear. So why don't you give me the heads up?
The name hooligan comes from a big Irish family called the O'Hoolies. Like you got the O'Maras, the old this, they were called the O'Hooligans. And every bank holiday in London, they used to get drunk, they'd have a few days, and they always fought with the police on bank holidays. It'd become a tradition. So in the 1960s, when the skinheads picked it up, they reverted back to the whole hooligans who fought with the police in London in the 1870s or something, going back that long. In the 90s, when things become more serious, football-associated gangs, all of a sudden, had real gangsters in with them. You know, it went up a level, and the football gang become ultra-dangerous.
In those fights, how many people were fighting at the same time?
It could be anything from 10 to 500 each side.
What? 500 each side?
Yeah.
There's no way the police could control it.
The police have controlled it now with cameras, surveillance, knowing who you are, identity.
They have undercover, they pay people as well.
It's rubbish now, I don't even bother going.
C'était une super rencontre, j'ai vraiment aimé ça. Par contre, je dois le dire, j'étais déçu parce que je me suis rendu dans un pub avec eux. Je devais goûter à un mets typiquement anglais, une tarte à la viande. Je peux pas vous dire pourquoi, mais moi, j'ai jamais eu la mienne. There's something wrong here. You're eating and I'm not. So I don't know what's going on, eh?
You can have a beef sandwich.
So enough talking, I'll let you eat, guys, before it gets cold.
Okay, mate. Speak soon.
Big fella. One for the road. UFC.
Mon bilan de Manchester, c'est simple. C'est une ville qui a sûrement été, à une certaine époque, qui est à la hauteur de sa réputation et de son surnom, Golchester. Mais je vous dirais que maintenant, c'est un autre Manchester qu'on découvre. C'est un Manchester modernisé, une ville qui respire beaucoup, une économie qui est forte. Donc finalement, comme toutes les villes qu'on retrouve partout ailleurs dans le monde, oui, à ses mauvais côtés, mais il y a beaucoup plus de positifs que de négatifs.